Brian, different annuities have different surrender charges. They have different fees. They have rider charges. So let's talk about those first, starting with fixed annuities.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about fees because with any product there's fees. And unfortunately, a lot of people that sell annuities say, oh, there's no fees. Well, of course there's fees. They're maybe baked into the returns, or maybe they're a little bit more or less obvious, but I did want to talk about that. So we'll start with variable annuities. So variable annuities, those typically they have a commission, and that commission you will see. So you'll put a certain amount into it and they'll deduct it right out of the value on day one. They also have other kinds of fees, annual fees, mortality fees, and administration fees, and maybe investment fees. So they're pretty loaded with fees generally. So that's the variable annuity.
And with these fees, as you said, with a variable annuity, the client will actually see those come out. But with the fixed annuities and fixed index annuities, the clients don't pay the fees, do they?
Yeah, they'll see most of the fees on the variable, but they won't see some of the annual fees. They're baked into your rate of return. It lowers your rate of return, so you don't really see it so much. With fixed annuities, we'll talk about that. You'll never see a fee on those. You don't see it. The only fee might be if you surrender it, so there can be a surrender fee on those. If you buy a 5-year fixed annuity and you take it out after the 3rd year, well, you're going to pay several percent probably of a surrender fee because you took the whole thing out early. But if you think about it, the insurance company isn't doing this as a nonprofit, so they're making money. And the way you might look at your fee is, let's say that your fixed annuity pays 3%. And they say, but there's no fees. Well, there is a fee. There's the insurance company is going to pay the insurance license person that sold it to you a commission. Now, you won't see that. They take it out of their balance sheet, not out of yours. So, okay, it's invisible. So the bottom line is there are fees, and they're making money too. If they were a nonprofit and there was no commission to be paid to the insurance person, instead of giving you maybe 3% on a fixed annuity, they might be able to give you 4 or 5. But because the fees are baked into it, you don't see them. You're going to get whatever they've baked it into the rate.
So basically, to the consumer, to the person buying the annuity, there is no fee from their account. The insurance company pays that fee.
That's right.
Let's talk about riders a little bit. First of all, what are some of the riders that you can put on an annuity?
Okay, so like with a fixed indexed annuity, kind of the same as a fixed annuity, you may not see any fee come out up front. The only fee you might have is a surrender fee, you would suspect, and you go, well, maybe I'm not going to surrender that. So again, I don't see any fees. But sometimes you'll look at your statement and go, I got 1% coming out every year. Why is that? I thought I couldn't lose any money on this. Well, you probably have a rider, and that rider buys you some opportunity later. So you can do a fixed index annuity with no rider fees, and you can get your returns with no chance of loss in a given year. Or sometimes you will add a rider, and that rider might say you can convert your fixed index annuity someday into lifetime cash flow. And so if you have that conversion feature, that's the rider. It's not free. It might cost you, say, 1% a year.
If I invest in an annuity and before the annuity's up, I need a little money out of that annuity. I mean, can I get money? In other words, how liquid are annuities?
Yeah, good question there. They're typically 10% liquid. Most of them I've seen are 10%. Some aren't. But most of them you can take 10% a year out of your annuity before it's at the end of its surrender period. So most annuities might be 10-year, 7-year, 5-year, depending on the annuity. And after that surrender period's up, you can have all of your money if you want it.
Brian, thanks for telling us more about annuities, the fees, and the riders and the surrender charges.